What's up, everybody? Out here in the Pacific Ocean, trying to get to 150 subscribers today. I'm on the night watch. How you all doing? What's up, ENT? Hamid? How you guys doing? Trying to be quiet because my wife is sleeping down below. Where are you guys tuning in from? Now it's hot. I got shorts on, by the way, not naked. Some waves. We got a couple hours till sunrise. So how's everybody doing today? We are sailing from Bora Bora to Fiji right now. It's about 1,600 miles. We're over 300 miles in. I lost our exact mileage, but we got about 1,366 miles to go. Anybody out there, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm quite literally in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, South Pacific Ocean. it's mirrored, but you could see the United States up here. And here we are. Can't even, you have to zoom in to see the little islands that were around. See, as you could see, Bora Bora there, French Polynesia, Cook Islands. I know it's mirrored. It's also saying that we're heading backwards, but I'm actually, I guess if I turn my phone back towards me, it'll go the right way. So how's everybody doing today? Just trying to go live at all different times to see what the most popular times are. It's looking like we have still between like 9 and 13 days left of this trip. I lost my right earbud overboard. Just fell right off the side here. I was just leaning here like this, and it fell down in between the friggin' window and the wood, and it just went right over into the ocean out here. Unfortunate. You could hear our autopilot working in the background. DP, because the white lights will hurt my night vision, so at least now I could still look out at the sea and see if there's any boats around us. And my wife told me, because she's sleeping, no white lights, only red. Autopilot's working. Not my wife. It's actually quite warm right now too. Degrees. I worked in an Amazon warehouse pretty much my whole adult life. I started at a cross-dock facility that basically brought in the like books or whatever people would order, and our building would spread it out and ship it to all the fulfillment centers across the United States. So that way when customers ordered, the software, if Amazon software would automatically choose whatever warehouse has that product in stock that's closest to the customer and ship it to them. I left Amazon. I was working in a delivery station for their logistics division. So I ran one of the buildings that deployed the Amazon vans. I don't know why my nose is running today. But yeah, I think even if I would have stayed as a low-level worker, this sailing dream was going to happen. But the boat probably would have been a bit cheaper. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I always just said I was in logistics. Most of the other warehouse work that I did, like before I got promoted and got into the logistics division, the warehouse stuff was just low level. I was loading trucks, I was putting boxes on pallets, stuff like that. Packing customer orders, picking customer orders. I did that for like my first 6 years. I didn't even want to be promoted in the beginning. Never felt comfortable being a boss or anything like that. Went to college at the University of Phoenix online. Paid for half the answers to all the online tests and everything. You could just find them on these websites. And like I said, I went to the University of Phoenix online, and if I would have kept my business open and I would have done all of the work myself instead of hiring people to do it for me, I could have probably made $1 million in 4 years. This is running my own business after I left Amazon. I'm talking about being an employee to be a millionaire. I don't know how. That's pretty difficult. And my own business was a logistics company that delivered packages for Amazon. But I mean, how important is being a millionaire? I feel much more free, and I feel like my life is better than most millionaires. I didn't even realize that my friggin' subscriber goal went away. All those things went away. The chat's not popping up on the screen. Did I flip the camera? Yeah, I maxed out my 401k most years that I had my business. So I got a couple $100,000 in there. I'm pretty good at blowing money though. I always know what the right responsible move is financially, but I usually tend to do the opposite and just try to have fun with life and not worry about the consequences later. Where'd you say you were from, DP? Did you say you were from India? I can't remember. It's been a couple days since I saw you, I think. They all kind of melt together. Huh? Yeah, I mean, it's swinging a little bit. My wife was asking why our boom was swinging. Let me check where the wind is coming from. I guess I could bring you over. So that's a decent angle for the wind. And we have like 18 knots of wind coming from that direction, so our boom shouldn't really swing that much. I don't know why the camera doesn't want to focus. Yeah, you're from India? Yeah, I mean, well, I've fulfilled part of the dream. We got to get around the world to complete the dream. And we still got a long way to go. I don't even think we're halfway. Where in India are you from? I don't know if I remember asking that. My knowledge of India is pretty limited. I think, unfortunately, most of my knowledge of India comes from the scammer videos. I know a lot of those guys are from Calcutta. I'd love to. I mean, it's a possibility because we are going to be sailing up to Thailand to get some work done. I think if we could figure out some way to make a little bit of money online, we might be able to extend the trip and maybe stay in Thailand a bit longer, wait out monsoon season, then go to India, Seychelles, Maldives, all those places. But we would need to stop living off of our savings and have some kind of income to be able to add another year onto this trip, because we would probably want to have a baby abroad then. I'm sorry for the sniffles. But yeah, anybody else in the chat, let me know where you're tuning in from. Trying to get to 150 subscribers. I had my subscriber goal up here and it disappeared. Yeah, so the plan is we're heading to Fiji now, then sail to Vanuatu after that, Indonesia to Thailand, then down to some little islands off the coast of Australia, and then we would cross the Indian Ocean towards Madagascar. Madagascar is not an official stop on the World Arc, which is who we're going to be trying to follow. It's a rally of like 50 boats. Hold on, I gotta take this out because I hear myself talking in my earpiece. But yeah, so the World Arc that we want to follow around the world, it's a group of about 50 boats. They all pay like $30,000 to be part of this big rally going around the world, and then the rally kind of sets up places for them to meet up, things for them to do, parties and everything like that. And I think that they go from Australia to this little island off of Madagascar called Mauritius, and then they go to South Africa. So I don't think Madagascar is a planned stop, but we're going to try to be a little bit ahead of the world arc, so we are going to try to go to Madagascar, I think. Looks cool. We had tacos last night. Ate the last of our taco shells, but it was so good. That was probably the first time I had a full belly in a while. Haven't been sick, but I also, when I'm at sea, I don't tend to eat a lot. I end up losing a bunch of weight. I was, at my biggest, I was right around 100 kilos, or 220, 225. I was actually 225, I think, pounds. So that was like 100.5 kilos. Now I'm down to like 190. So I lost about 35 pounds, which is like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 kilos. That was from mostly not stopping drinking alcohol. So what's Mumbai like? Do you like it there? Is that what you would, where you would recommend visiting if I came to India, or what would be the best places to check out in India? So nice to not have an engine running or anything and just be sailing across the ocean. Anybody else that's tuning in, I'm sailing from Bora Bora to Fiji right now. It's about 1,600 odd miles. We're like 300 miles into the trip. We got like somewhere between 9 and 13 days to go, I'd say. 9 and 12 days. It's nice and peaceful out here. Haven't seen a single boat in days. It's not like the Caribbean where you gotta be constantly on the lookout for cargo ships and cruise ships. I don't think there was ever a night in the Caribbean where I wouldn't see boats. We spent 26 days crossing the Pacific Ocean from Galapagos to French Polynesia, and we didn't see a single boat. DP, you still here? Anybody else that's here, let me know where you're watching from. Say hi in the chat. If you can't talk in the chat, that probably means that you're not logged in. once the sun starts shining in the background, you'll be able to at least see how much we're moving. I guess if I get some of the lines in the background, you could see. You could see from the lines here. But yeah, this is what life is like out at sea on a little 38-foot sailboat. We got the red lights on so we don't hurt our night vision, so we could still see ships out on the horizon if there's any. We also have some apps to help us. Marine traffic allows you to see what kind of cargo ships and other ships are in the area, but it normally doesn't include all small boats. Kind of want to try to get my subscriber count back up. Anybody that's out there watching, come down and answer some questions if you got any. We're in the Pacific Ocean, sailing Bora Bora to Fiji, and my dog's looking at me. She's just staring. She stood up, and she's just acting like a weirdo. Do you want to go poop? Do you want to go poop poop? Can't tell if that's a yes or a no. So I guess we try anyway. Alright, come here. Come on. Oh, or do you just want to lay down? Yeah, so our plan here is to sail from Bora Bora, that we left 3 days ago, to Fiji, hang out there for a couple weeks, then sail to Vanuatu, hang out there probably less weeks, then sail to Indonesia, head up to Thailand, take our boat out of the water, paint the bottom, then come back down to Indonesia, wait for the world arc to catch up, and then try to cross right, maybe like right before them, start crossing the Indian Ocean. So we're out there as they're starting to cross. So if anything bad happens to us, we have a whole crew of 50 boats behind us that could pick us up. I don't know. I've met a lot of expats in a lot of the Central American countries, Mexico, Guatemala, Panama. I don't know where, I don't know if one place is more popular than others. Do you know of any? Also, I asked earlier, what's good places to see in India if I go? Alright, let's go poop, Lexi. Where's your leash? Is Guadalajara popular? I thought that was kind of like cartel country. Go poop. Go poop poop. Go. Yeah, it's a very big country. It is... God, let me see if I can remember the top 10 countries by landmass. Number 1 is Russia. Number 2 is Canada. Number 3 is the United States. Number 4 is China. 5 is Australia. Then 6 is India. Oh man, I'm not going to remember the last ones. India. I can't remember. Brian, I got my dog. I got my cat. Oh, sick Brazil, that's right. And then India. Oh, let's see. I know Kazakhstan is up there. Kazakhstan might be 9, so then what would 8 be? Oh, man, see, that when you don't practice this stuff, you forget it. I learned that on an app. There's a memory app out there that helps you remember stuff. Memory OS. But yeah, so Brian, me, my wife, my dog, my cat, in the middle of the ocean. No, I have friends that sailed to Greece recently. I think they might still be in there. I just talked to him earlier yesterday too, and I don't remember where he said he was at. The only place I've been to in Europe is Italy and a layover in Germany. We went there for my wife's cousin's wedding in Italy. Every few minutes you got to do a horizon check for boats. No, we visited Naples, we visited the popular coast area. Oh man. Let me bring up Google. Man, I can't remember now. I think it was Monte de Procida. It's 4:15 a.m. right now. Oh, I hope you could fulfill that wish, DP. I proposed to my wife on the front of our boat while it was hauled out of the water in Florida. Yeah, Monte di Procida. It's outside of Naples. That's where the wedding was, in Italy. But yeah, so we're 3 hours behind the west coast of the US right now. We'll probably be adding another hour. Probably like 5 or 6 days out from crossing another time zone. And just right before we finish our trip, we cross the international date line, and instead of going back 1 hour, we go forward 24 hours. I've been to Seattle. I've never been to Canada. Tom, I just woke up. My wife woke me up 3 hours ago. Or actually, no, she woke me up 2 hours ago. So she's into 2 hours into her sleep. I usually let her sleep as long as she wants. I could operate pretty well on little sleep. Yeah, one of us is always awake to watch for other boats, Brian. We haven't seen one at all in the last 3 days. And when we crossed the Pacific Ocean, we were out at sea for 26 days and we didn't see a single boat. When we were in the Caribbean, we would see boats, cruise ships, cargo ships every day, multiple, all night long. You'd always be dodging them. But out here in the Pacific Ocean, it's much more wide and open and you don't see them as much. I also don't think we're really in shipping lanes right now. It was really hot trying to sleep earlier today too. So I slept from, I think my wife woke up at 11 p.m. So I slept from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. and it was just hot as fuck down there. Oh, and here's my cat. Psst, psst. Come here, Logan. Come here. Lex. Come here, motherfucker. He probably wants to go get a drink. And it'll be close to his time to go down below. He has a little spot on the boat where he hangs out. We have like a little cooling pad down for him and a fan that blows on him. Because he's a furry motherfucker. What time is it? 4:19. Yeah, we don't even see a hint of daylight yet. No, I mean, when we first started sailing, I didn't really care about the weather. I bought a boat that has a really good reputation with the brand of boat we have, an Island Packet. So I never really cared about what kind of weather we went out in because I knew our boat could handle it. So I took us out in some bad weather and some bad waves and stuff. So I'm sure my wife was terrified quite a few times. So now we were on a schedule back then. Like, we'd need to be in the country by a certain time, get back to the US at a certain time, and now we're kind of on our own schedule so we could wait for the right weather window, and so it's much better now. We wait for all the storms to pass before we head out to sea. So I've never really been scared. I mean, we've started taking on water a couple times. We're slowly taking on water right now, actually. We have a little bit of a leak. We just pump it out every day and we'll fix it in Fiji. Or maybe we have to wait till Thailand because I think we might have to haul the boat out to stop the leak. I don't think it's that bad, especially now with modern like weather. Like, you can pretty much know when to head out to sea and when not to. When to batten down the hatches. But getting back to Tom, I don't sleep much. It's getting better now that we wait for the right weather window, so then my wife can rest and then she could stay up while I sleep. But for a while there, like when we were in the Caribbean, I would be up for 21 hours and I would sleep for like 3. Because she would just be sleeping nonstop. She would take seasickness medicine and it would knock her out all day long. Our sails are starting to flap a little bit. The wind is starting to shift from behind the boat, so I just adjusted our course to turn left a little bit because we want to keep the wind on the left side of the boat. we also are sailing in the trade winds, so in like the closer to the equator, which is a lot more calmer seas than the lower latitudes or higher latitudes. See if I could bring up the wind. See our blue dot there? Like all the crazy winds are usually in the lower or the high, I guess you call it the higher latitudes, further away from the equator. So down towards the South Pole, up towards the North Pole, kind of where the Cape of South America and the Cape of South Africa are. I think the wind's starting to die down too. It doesn't seem like it's supposed to die down. I feel much safer out at sea than I do close to land. I'd much rather be out in the open ocean than sailing a mile offshore. Just feel like if something breaks, you have a little bit more leeway out here to take time and fix it. Whereas if you're a mile offshore and you start getting pushed towards a beach or a reef or a rocky shore, you're fucked. I'm gonna have to adjust our course a little bit, and this is gonna start putting us not directly at our target. We're gonna start going a little bit to the left of our target, and then we'll have to adjust course in a few days probably to make up for it. Yeah, man, I mean, I bought a solid boat. A boat that is made to cross oceans. I know it very well. I've had it for 5 years. So, and I've been able to handle everything that's been thrown at me thus far. So my first boat was, this boat is an Island Packet 38, so a 38-foot Island Packet. And then our first boat was a 29-foot Island Packet. And I took that boat to Cuba with my mom and my brother, who had no sailing experience, and we were about 6 hours away from Cuba, maybe less, maybe like 4 hours off of Cuba, and we started taking on water at a pretty quick rate. And I was running around the boat, lifting up all the floorboards and everything, trying to find where the water was coming in from. And I opened up the engine compartment, and the hose that sucks up water from the ocean to cool the engine had dry rotted and popped off, and water was just pouring in. And I just cut it off and I put the hose back on, and we were fine. So I think that was like my first time being out at sea by myself or with crew that didn't know how to sail or anything about boats, and I was able to handle that problem and stop us from sinking. So I feel like, yeah, every time something bad happens and I solve the issue, I gain more confidence. So yeah, I feel way more safer out here than closer to shore. Every time we're at shore, close to a marina, close to other boats that we could potentially hit, it's just terrifying because we and the engine dies and we start drifting into like that's scary. I feel like the worst case scenario out here is, I don't know, we hit a container that fell off of a cargo ship that's been floating around the Pacific for decades, or a whale, the boat sinks, we have to abandon ship. But we have the life raft that came with the boat, which is an expired 6-person life raft. We just bought a new 4-person life raft last year before setting it across the ocean, and we have our dinghy. So, and the dinghy is strapped down to the bow of the boat, so I think even if the boat tried sinking, the dinghy would keep it afloat. Not that we would be able to friggin' live on the boat still, but it would give us a lot of time to get the important stuff off the boat, get into the life rafts. We have emergency beacons that we would pull and would send immediate signals to search and rescue for 72 hours. We have a little satellite hot and a Coast Guard. No giant sea monsters. I haven't even seen any whales out at sea yet. We've seen plenty of dolphins, never any whales. Nighttime sucks. The noises sound so much worse, the creaking sounds so much worse. Waves feel worse because you can't see them. Logan, shh. Come here. Come here. You gotta be quiet. People are sleeping. Yeah, you gotta be quiet. I was watching some other sailor who was live and he just bought a cat. Okay, now my cat wants to show you his asshole. And somebody in this dude's chat was telling him that he fucked up by getting a cat and the cat was gonna die on a boat. This guy's been on this boat for 5 years now and he's doing fine. My cat and my dog have been to more countries than most of the people I know. Yeah, hopefully in the next half hour, 45 minutes, we start getting a little bit of daylight cracking through. Maybe get a nice, cool, colorful sunrise. Natural lighting, so we don't have to worry about this friggin' deal with this red lighting. I don't know, never got around to fixing my subscriber goal. That's not showing up on the screen. I'm trying to hit 150 subscribers today. Might try staying live until I do that. It's costing us like, I think, $10 to $12 per hour to go live out here with our Starlink. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. When we started sailing, it was before Starlink, so I know what it's like to be out at sea for 12 days without any communication with the outside world. But it does get expensive at sea. We have to set all of our phone, the YouTube apps, the TikTok, all that stuff to watch videos in shitty quality so we don't spend too much money on data. Okay, so 132 subscribers. Our goal is 150. We want to get that by the 31st. Let's save that. Let's see if it pops up on the screen now. It doesn't work anywhere. So I have friends right now. I think I misspoke and said that they were in Greece earlier, but I just remembered he told me he's in Turkey now. And he said that Starlink doesn't work in Turkey. Awesome, thanks Brian, I appreciate it. We're gonna see if I could get to 150 today. So I could reset the goal. Now the goal amount is 150 and the starting amount is 133. I have to go in and manually update it because it doesn't update every time somebody subscribes. Not that you guys could see it anyway. I'm struggling to figure out why it's not showing up on the screen. It doesn't seem like there is a good option for streaming from your phone. The YouTube app sucks. And then the other options that you have are not as good either. I tried streaming from my laptop, but it says that it can't, the YouTube's not receiving video fast enough to have a good stream. So I guess streaming from the laptop requires more data, which doesn't really make sense because I was trying to stream in 720p 30 frames on both, and it works on the phone but not on the laptop. I think when we get to Fiji I'll try streaming from the laptop again, because if it's on the laptop I could set up multiple cameras around my boat and give people different angles. I could have all the angles up at once. I could switch between them. Like if somebody wants to see what it looks like outside, I could show them outside. If people want to see what it looks like inside, I could show them inside without having to move. I could have a good microphone hooked up to the laptop. Round spinning ball, Brian. I think I don't know if there's any big conspiracy theories or whatever that I believe in. I'd love to believe in aliens. I want to believe in aliens. I have to believe that we're not alone in the universe, but I also don't think that knowing how big the universe is, that the possibility of aliens actually visiting us, I feel, is pretty slim. Oof. Almost got launched across the cockpit. I need to put a leg out for support. What about you? Are you a flat earther or a round spinning ball, Brian? And did you say where you were watching from, Brian? North Star doesn't stay where it is. Does it? I mean, I guess if it's in a point in the sky above the North Pole, and the North Pole is always spinning, or I mean, it doesn't matter if the North Pole spins or not, it's just, that star is going to be always above the North Pole, so if you're looking north, you're always going to be looking towards the star. Why does every other constellation move through the sky? Yeah, the Southern Cross to my left started back there, and it's gone over in a big arc. Why would it go in an arc if it was on a ball, or if we weren't spinning? I think it makes sense that the North Star stays where it is and the Earth is a globe. But the North Star doesn't spin. So the stars don't spin around. Yeah, the moon does spin around, but we spin around the sun. So I guess you don't believe that we ever landed on the moon? Have you ever touched this dome? Unfortunately for me, I went down the flat earth rabbit hole, and I don't know, it just, every time I watch a video, every video I've ever watched on flat earth, it just sounds like stupid people trying to sound smart by throwing out some terminology that I feel like the average person maybe would eat up, and then people that I feel like understand physics and stuff, it's just how I don't understand how when you go up it gets cold. If the sun was hot in a big ball of fire, it would have to be hot when you went up. No, that's not the case at all. We have an atmosphere protecting us from the sun. If we didn't have an atmosphere, we would burn up, because yeah, the sun is hot. When the astronauts go up into space, they absolutely have to be protected from the sun after they get through the atmosphere. I mean, geez, like you... So you think that people actually went through the effort to fake the moon landing? Who told you no airplane has ever flown around the world north to south? That's not true. I mean, I definitely know that the routes go over the North Pole to save time.